everyone, and welcome to episode 2 of my Making a Minimalist Home mini-series. During this series, we go through room by room and declutter. The whole point of this mini-series is to offer motivation and inspiration, and for me to document the process of getting rid of stuff, simplifying, and moving further along in my journey of minimalism and simplifying my life. And today we are going to be decluttering my workspace. It is definitely well overdue for a good reset and decluttering. There's a lot of different things going on in here that is driving me crazy, so we're gonna get that taken care of today. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so here is a little quick rundown of the space. I have my Cricut machine where I do my Cricut cutting, embroidery machine, hoops up there, embroidery thread and supplies. I have a bunch of vinyl over there, printer, sublimation printer, all kinds of scraps of vinyl that I save because I'm so worried I'm always gonna run out, so I save it. Then over here, I have my laptop that I work on, label printer, my watermelon juice for staying hydrated. And then I have the heat press area where I press the designs, a nice supply of boxes. I always have a lot of boxes because I get inventory all the time, so I never have a shortage of boxes. Probably the biggest pain point, this storage shelving unit always gives me a run for my money because it is the perfect place to just store tons of different clutter, and it definitely looks messy, and is where I keep inventory or things that I'm going to be working on. There's a shelf up there. I'm not really sure what all I have up there. And here is tutus and stuff that I use for mock-ups. Okay, so the first place that I want to start is I want to start with these drawers because they are a mess. There is a lot going on in here. I can never find what I'm looking for in here. There's a bunch of thread and just random stuff thrown, and it drives me crazy trying to find what I need. Yeah, so this will be the starting point, and then we'll just work our way around the room clockwise. So far looking at this first drawer, it's not even that there's that much stuff in here. It's just the stuff that's in here is disorganized, where you can definitely tell that my kids have gone through and just dumped things out that belonged in containers. It's just now scattered all through the drawer. And it creates a lot of chaos because I can't find what I'm looking for, and it's a safety hazard because there's all these tiny little pins all through here just waiting to poke you. So I think as long as we can go through and get all these tacks put away where they belong, it won't be so bad, and just actually be honest with myself because I really don't think I need this many tacks. I think I'm just gonna choose 2 of my favorites and donate the rest. And then there's these, they go on the embroidery machine, but I never use them, so I think I'm just gonna donate these 2 because they just get in my way, and my embroidery machine works just fine without them, so I don't see the point of keeping them. Garbage can. Oh, this is on a bobbin. Things that are broken and split apart that aren't going to serve the purpose, definitely just throw those away. Actually, I have a lot of these in here. Envelopes, tape, static container. Here's the lid. I have no idea what this goes to. Donate. Okay, so we have an empty drawer, and now I just have to wipe it down and do the organization. I still have the donate box from the living room video that I can put the stuff in. So whatever I feel like I don't need, I'm just going to donate it and just do some organization. I think it's gonna feel so much better. It's one thing about embroidery is there's always tons of string everywhere all the time. Now the question stands, what do I want to keep and what do I want to get rid of? Am I going to buy tape to actually put in this clear tape dispenser? I'm not really sure, but I'm gonna put it in here for now and see if I do or not. Same thing with this stapler. There's no staples in it, but it's still cute. It's part of the set that I purchased a while ago. And who knows, I will hold on to it for now. So this will kind of be like a maybe section of the drawer and just see if it's something that I use in the next 6 months. If not, it's gonna have to go. All right, and then I'm going to allow myself to keep 2 sets of pins. My 2 favorite ones, I'm going to keep, let's see. I want to keep a light and a dark, and I like these ones the best. So I'm going to keep these 2 and then donate the other 3, which I should probably put in a some kind of container or something so the worker doesn't stab themselves, because obviously the pins can go through the plastic bags. The last thing I want to do is cause somebody to get hurt. So put these to the side, put them in a container, and then donate them. This little pen is for doing bling. I don't do bling anymore. It looks like it's broken, so I'm gonna throw it in the garbage. These are for tagging items. I never tag items either. I don't even know where the tagger is, so these are garbage too. And then I have 2 of these containers for embroidery supplies. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see if the pins fit in there, and if they do, I can use this to help protect the workers' hands when they're going through the stuff. Just like that, they fit. Just random embroidery accessories that I never use. No idea what this goes to. That's always the question, is what is it that you have to keep? Because is it something that is actually important that goes to something that you have, or is it something that is just, I think that's one of the biggest issues I run into, is I always find random parts and pieces, and then I have to try to figure out, is this something that I actually need to keep because it goes to something that I have that is important? Or is it something that I got rid of a while ago that I'm probably never going to find or use again because it's not here anymore? So I think I'll hold on to it and see if it goes to anything. And when I go through and do another declutter, probably in 6 months, a maintenance declutter, I'll see if I find anything that it goes to, and I'll know at that point that I can get rid of it. Alright, so on to drawer number 2. Let's see what's in here. More embroidery stuff. Who would have thought? Okay. I'm gonna donate these. I never use them. They go to the embroidery machine, but I never use plastic bobbins. So I think it's safe to say I can donate those. Oh, here is the tagging gun that I didn't think I had anymore. Oh wow, this is quite the mess. Okay. I need some scissors. Okay. Scissors. Alright. So I think I'm going to actually declutter a lot of this thread because I never have good luck with this kind of thread. This is more for doing stitching. It doesn't work well with the embroidery machine. It normally just breaks, and I like more of the satin shiny finish. This is a really dull finish. Can get you to focus. So I'm gonna go and donate all of these small ones and just keep these kind that have more of the satin shiny finish to them. They work really good with the embroidery machine. They're nice and strong. Okay, all of these, I have this embroidery machine for 2 years now and I have not used these once yet. So I need don't think I need them. It's honestly crazy to me how much stuff we just shut the drawer or the closet through, knowing that it's a mess and just not taking the time to just take care of it. And I understand that we always have so much stuff to do. Like, I go in this drawer probably once every day, and I just kind of grab what I need all the time, and then I just close it and forget about it. But it does make things a lot more stressful because I'm always digging through here, but there's so much stuff in here that I just don't need. So I asked myself, why did I feel the need to just keep this stuff in here all this time, knowing I wasn't ever going to use it? I don't even know how I got so many of these little metal things that go to the embroidery machine. It's crazy to me. Okay, so I know that I'm not explaining everything that I'm doing, but that's because I don't want this video to be several hours long, so I'm trying to make it as short as I possibly can. So I'm just kind of going through everything and deciding what I need to donate, keep, and just throw away at this point. So that's just kind of the process I'm doing. I'm just kind of putting it on fast forward, and I'm of course going to take out clips to save you time. And just like that, I found a place for envelopes. So that worked out really, really good. I can just stick those in there once it dries. And we have a little bit of an organizational system going on. Okay, it's not too bad in here. It's mainly just an embroidery hoop. Embroider. Why can I say embroider? Embroidery hoop. Okay. I don't know how to say embroidery. Oh, I just said it. Okay, these are just grids that go on the hoops. Manual to the machine. Definitely keep that. Parchment paper. My college degree. This one is my smallest embroidery hoop size. It's only a 4x4, which I hardly ever use, so I don't need to have this one anywhere where I need to reach it easily. Some artwork, little books my daughter made me, so I will be saving those. Alright, and just like that, that drawer is done. Today is the day that I finally part with the sublimation printer that I have been holding on to for about 5 years now. I cannot physically do sublimation because it gives me really bad migraines. It makes me really sick because when you press polyester, it releases a bunch of toxins. So being in an enclosed space without the proper ventilation and PPE can make you really sick. So it's something that I cannot do, and it's taken me a little bit to come to terms with the fact that it's something I can't physically do, because I did make decent money doing it, but then I have to tell myself, what is my health worth? So today's the day that I finally say it's time to let go, and I officially move on from the idea of ever doing it again. So today is about moving on and accepting what my actual reality is. It's a really big step, but I know it's gonna feel good to let go and just close that door. So without further ado, let's get rid of this printer. And since I will no longer have the printer, I don't need the sublimation ink anymore either. I don't know why. That's just, I don't know, brings up all kinds of emotions. I think it's associated with some kind of failure or accepting something that you were really excited to do and it just not working out. But it's okay. I found something else that I really enjoy and make money at, so it's okay. Alright, so this is my stash of vinyl. I'm going to go through and get rid of the ones that I know I'm never going to use. I've had for a long period of time at this point, and the chances of me using it is really slim. So I might as well just declutter this space and just move on from the things I'm not using anymore. It'll feel so good just putting it to rest and just moving on. Okay, so now we're moving on to this big storage unit behind me. This is great at collecting all kinds of clutter because it has so many flat surfaces, perfect for piling and throwing clutter on the shelves. And I have tried again and again to try to figure out a good organizational situation for this cabinet, and I keep failing all the time. There always seems to be clutter creep coming on it, whether it be from me or the kids, and I'm thinking that maybe it would be best to just get rid of it altogether. This was here when we had moved here because the gentleman who lived here before us used this as his office, and he had a lot of stuff crammed in this small little space. It's really dark, and I would love to go through and just paint it to brighten it up and just bring it more alive. And I would either paint this too and try to figure out a way to make this work in a way that would be productive and look nice, or I need to just get rid of it entirely. Let me know down below what you would do. Would you keep this and try to utilize the space that it offers, because it does offer a good amount of space, or would you get rid of it to prevent all the clutter creep from accumulating on it? Okay, the first thing I want to go through is this box of cords. Cords are just a mess all the time. They take up so much space, they're always getting tangled, and I hardly ever use them. So I'm gonna quickly just sort through them, think about the ones that I actually need, but these have been sitting here for a really long time, so the odds of us needing any of these is pretty slim. What are these? Fire stick plugins. I don't even think I have the remote to these anymore. Probably just, I don't know, see if they work, but I doubt it if I don't have a remote for them. Probably just toss them. So I might actually regret this later, but I am going to go through and declutter all of them, because if I haven't used them thus far and they've been sitting there for 2 years, the chances of me having to use them, and then there's Amazon. If I do declutter it and somewhere down the future road I need it, I can just get one for really inexpensive. This is why cords are so frustrating, because they get so tangled and it takes forever to try to get them in a good condition, and this is how they break too, by not keeping them in a responsible manner. I've done this time and time again. You would think I would learn at some point, but I haven't yet. Shelves right here. I'm not going to do anything with those because those are kind of my filming props / memory stuff, tie-dye stuff that I use for business purposes, along with my supplies, pencils, scissors, things like that. Down here, I'm just going to organize it, figure out what we need to keep, figure out what we need to get rid of, and this cabinet right there is going to be the main focus because it is looking really rough. That's where the kids keep all of their Play-Doh, arts and crafts type stuff, and I feel like a lot of it needs to get thrown away at this point. Okay, so I have this. This is my daughter's kindergarten handwriting book. I think I'm just going to save it because I've been saving their school stuff just so that way I can go back, because I've been homeschooling the past couple years. I can go back and see what they've done, and we don't have any really state regulations here. I live in Michigan where I have anyone I have to answer to, but I like it for my own personal reference and also for my kids, so that way I can see how far they've come, things that they've done. So I'm just gonna keep it. I have a little section down here that I save the homeschool stuff in, so I'm just gonna add this to that. Little memory box that I put together for the girls. It has their cards and stuff, things that I think that they would want to have when they're older. I'm just gonna put it on the top with the other bigger memory box that I have, so that way I have all the memory stuff together, easy to find, and if I need to go through it at some point, I can do that. Alright, and I'm going to get rid of the broken Toledo Zoo cup that we got when we went to the zoo. I just don't see the point of holding on to it since it's broken. We can always go to the zoo again and get another one, so I don't know. I don't feel any type of way getting rid of it. Alright, so the rest of the stuff I'm not touching. I'm just gonna leave it as it sits. It's mainly books, papers, things that we need, legal stuff that it needs to be there. It's just visual clutter. It's fine until I can come up with a different solution for it. It's just gonna have to stay that way. I want to move down to the arts and crafts area and get that taken care of because it has been a huge headache and stress within the home. So it's definitely something that needs to get addressed today. So let's continue on. Yep, this is quite the mess here. All right, so I think the best bet is just to pull it all out, get rid of the stuff that is dried up, no good, we can't use anymore, and then just try to salvage and use what we can for now until I can come up with a different solution. But as long as we can get it cleaned up and get rid of things that don't belong, I think we'll definitely be looking a lot better than what's happening right now. Okay, sublimation ink, that can all go. I just throw it away. Yeah, because it's all been opened, so it's just garbage. Oh, great. All kinds of Play-Doh stuff. Coloring books. Okay, so this is a matching game. I know that there's a lot of pieces missing for this one, so I'm going to throw it away. We have another one that's a dinosaur edition that we can keep because it has all the pieces, so these can go. And then there's no need to keep all this photo paper. I keep finding all kinds of packs of it. I very rarely ever print that many photos, so I don't think I need about 500 pieces of it, so I'm going to donate 2 and keep 1. Probably should just put the garbage can over here. As I'm going through all this stuff, I can see just how much waste we produce with all these one-time use things that we purchase for the kids. Play-Doh sets and everything sounds so good at the time, but the Play-Doh always gets dried out at some point, the parts get lost, and then I end up just throwing it away. So moving forward, I'm really realizing how much money I waste and how much waste I'm contributing to the environment by being an unintentional shopper and not being more mindful of what I'm purchasing. So moving forward, I definitely need to find some better solutions so the kids can be creative and have fun things to do without it being this big chaotic mess and also just wasting my time and money with it all. Okay, so this is how we are looking so far. Look at the amount of stuff I'm throwing away. I am not happy with myself at all that I've allowed so much stuff to get damaged and lost, whether it be because I have been irresponsible with keeping it up, or I bought things that were not made to last, or it was just an irresponsible purchase on my part. This is all recycle right here, and I found the Play-Doh stuff that I think we're just gonna keep it. And then there's all kinds of glitter that got spilled in the cabinets. I'm gonna suck it up with the vacuum cleaner and get that all cleaned up and tidy. There's a few things that I'm keeping in terms of craft supplies. That is the stuff that I am decluttering and donating so far. So I just remembered that I had this little pink bin from the quartz. I'm going to put their Play-Doh stuff in here. Out of there, this is all recycle. Gonna throw it in my little recycling bin. Alright, so this is all garbage. I'm gonna throw it away in the big garbage can. Be right back. So I was just looking through the closet and As I go through and look, I really don't see anything that I need to declutter right now. It's all stuff that I use regularly or I have to keep on hand for occasional use, such as my extra tripod, lighting for taking photos, or if I'm doing videography at night or photography at night. Most of the stuff in here is inventory or things that I need in order to make products. So I think I'm just going to leave the closet as it sits. It's a small space, so it's going to look cluttered regardless because I do have to have things for my job, and this is where I keep a grand majority of it. But the best part about it is I can just pull this curtain and it goes away. So I think we're done here. I'm gonna give you a quick tour of what it looks like now and what I got done, and I think we'll call it a day. Alright, so here was the first drawer that I did. It looks a lot better than when we first started. At least now I can reach in there without getting stabbed by a pin or a needle, so that's nice. And it kind of does have some form of organization. It would be nice to have some kind of dividers or something in the future, but for now it'll suffice. Drawer number 2 is just envelopes and Christmas cards. And then this drawer is parchment paper, the manual for my embroidery machine, and just some certifications of mine. It is where I keep my recycling and extra vinyl, my printer, and then you know that we got rid of the sublimation machine, so that freed up a lot of space on that shelf and looks a lot better. Over here is where I keep vinyl that I use regularly, cardstock, and a window fan for when I'm working. Over there is my printer where I work, and my label printer, my heat press, extra boxes for more decluttering that we're gonna be doing. And then this is just my eyesore shelf that I definitely want to change in the future. But this is just what it is when you have open shelves and you have stuff on them, unless it's decoration. That's just kind of how it looks. But the good news is this looks so much better. You can actually reach in and see what there is and get it out without it being a huge mess. Got the glitter cleaned up and actually threw a lot of stuff away. So I'm really happy about getting this done today. And then here's the box with all the stuff that I am decluttering and donating. It's gonna be time to start on a new box next time. All right, so this concludes episode 2 of Making a Minimalist Home. It feels so good to have all that stuff taken care of. It is a huge weight off, just like the living room. It feels so good to go through and get my house in order, give it a nice reset. But I want to say thank you guys so much for supporting me as I start this whole YouTube thing and joining me here today for this decluttering session. I hope that it added some kind of value to your life. If you're new here, then welcome. My name is Eve. I make videos on slow living, minimalism, and decluttering. My main goal here is to find ways to live a more simplistic, intentional life, and I love sharing that here on this channel. If that is something that you're into, I would love to have you subscribe, and please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps my channel out tremendously. But I can't wait to do the next declutter with you, and I hope that you take care until my next one. Bye, you guys.